Hi, my name is Wendy Fisher, and I have two children that have recently graduated from Boardman High School. I am not a Boardman alum, but I love Boardman. I've lived here for the last 18 years. I've worked here, enjoy being in this community. I see how important it is. I really do. But I'm also sitting here across the table from some seniors who are afraid that they won't be able to afford this tax increase with the decreases in Medicare and in Social Security, and I'm just so disappointed to see this funding formula. I'm sure I'm speaking to the choir here, but there's other things that we can do too. I'm with John, and we really should take a look at transportation and see if there are some cuts there that can be made. However, I did have elementary students on my street, and I don't really want them to be on the next block or somewhere where I can't see them when they're picking up the bus either. So I think there are some things that we need to address. And again, you know, the arts program here is so strong. My daughter had a vocal scholarship to a university, to Mount Union, and my son has almost a full ride to Point Park University. So it's so gravely important that we don't get rid of these programs. We're devastated, and it's really sobering to see the state of Boardman. Let's do everything that we can as a team to make the changes that need to be made to not do these cuts at all. Thanks.
Thank you.
How you doing? My name is Mark Brandenstein. I've lived in Boardman since 1987. Since I've been living here, every levy, whether it be police, fire, road, Boardman Park, schools, gets hit onto the property owner, okay? Now, I appreciate all your teachers and their passion and your passion and all the people here that are for this. I appreciate your passion. But the bottom line is money. It's money. It's hitting the property owner again and again and again. Now, with all due respect to the woman that spoke, she wants to get the high school kids registered to vote. They don't pay taxes. They don't pay taxes. If you don't pay taxes on this, you shouldn't have a right to vote on it. And I know I'm going to get a lot thrown at me. If you live in an apartment, you don't own property. You should not be voting on this. Okay? Okay, then you can do your landlord a favor and yourself and vote no. Listen, I agree. I'm for Boardman schools. I'm for Boardman teachers. I'm for it because I've got 4 kids myself. They're all older, granted. But when is it going to stop? When are you going to quit hitting the property owner? Yes. Wait a minute. Back in 1986, was it 86? The Supreme Court ruled it was unconstitutional to fund our schools with property tax, okay? And nothing's been done. I've called every representative we've had since 1995, and not a one of them will get behind this. I don't know if they're afraid of the teachers' union. I don't know what they're afraid of. But they won't do it. You think they would because they would garner so many votes across the state of Ohio, okay? I'm just saying, get it off the property owners. Maybe make an approach for a sales tax. The people that come from western Pennsylvania. Anybody in Mahoney County that shops in Boardman. Right, look at the sales tax. You live in anywhere in Mahoney County. Where are you going to go eat? You're going to go eat in Boardman. Where are you going to buy a car? You're going to buy it in Boardman. Get it off the property owners, and I would support it 100%. But until then, and I know you all hate me, what are you going to do? But I am going to vote no. I am going to openly campaign to vote no until Boardman schools take it off the property owner.
We respect your opinion. We do.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, a couple things to wrap up here.
Hello?
Again,
Hello? I have something I want.
a voice.
Sorry, I've been quiet. I've lived here in Boardman over 20 years. The only thing that I truly hate about Boardman is the traffic jam during the holidays near the mall. Okay? But other than that, it's a good place to live with your family. And just like the man that just spoke, you know, we were all hit with the property tax too. We saw it. Okay, we're not blind to it. And but my concern is, I want to ask, have we looked at the people that can retire? Is there been offered to them an incentive to maybe help them make that decision and give the younger ones an opportunity? My heart went out to all those teachers. And if there was voting tonight, I probably would have voted yes, pass the levy, okay? But it doesn't work like that. I worked 33 years for a company. I had to make a decision to help my daughters with daycare because daycare was taking more than half of their paycheck. I don't want that to continue with any other person here. But I would definitely look, there are teachers out there that can retire, and if given an incentive, I think that they will take it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, to wrap up, again,
Can we have one more here? One last one?
Yeah.
You know what? My name's Jeff Tokarski, and guess what? I'm a Cardinal Mooney graduate, and I had 4 kids that went through Boardman High School and Boardman schools all the way from preschool to, and we haven't regretted a minute of it. I mean, I have a daughter that's a teacher, and she's a teacher because of a teacher that's here in Boardman schools. You know, a couple of points that people said, and I'm, you know, I can get up on a soapbox for 2 hours, and I respect your time and don't want to do that. You know, people said, what's your reaction to what you've heard tonight? The teachers, they're heartfelt. We understand the sadness. It was almost despair that was there. But you know what? The key is we got to take the emotion out of this. Like you said, it's a business. He has a very strong opinion. And you know what? That's part of the voters that are out there. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, the majority of you people are here because you believe in Boardman schools. We all have stories. You got kids in Boardman schools. You don't want to see them in a terrible school. We went through here. What are our concerns with Plan B? We got a loss of programs. Plan B is going to make Boardman just like any other school. What about our property values? Okay? You know, someone was trying to say it's 10 medium Dunkin' Donuts coffees a month. I mean, you know, the funny part of it is if it's $20 a month, like I told my wife, we drop $20 a month on dumber things than my kids' education. I mean, we really do. I mean, I do. You want to go out and have a beer with me, Mr. Saxon? I bet you I drop $20 at a bar between you and I'd never think twice about it. You know, and we're concerned here.
I never thought that comment was going to come up. But
Again, a Cardinal Mooney graduate. But anyway, going forward, you know, the cutting of staff members, that was key to the people. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this. I've been a businessman for more years than I want to tell you. And I work for a very good company right now. And this guy's a great guy, privately holds our business. And the one thing that he always tells us is keep up with technology, keep up with technology. I'm hearing that in the business world. What do? We send our kids to high school to prepare them for the business world. We can't afford a cut in technology. And you know what? There's a lot of things that I heard as these people said here. You know, I'm not a big arts guy. All my kids, my one daughter, she was a band geek and proud of it. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Someone over here said the fact that, you know, the band is a great outlet for some of these kids. You know, and it's right. I never saw it that way, but you know what? Once somebody said it, you're absolutely right. These kids need that outlet. I look at my kid right now. I have one kid left in Boardman High School, and you know what? She's in the honors classes. She plays sports. There's so many things going on in her life right now, and I really think that she goes to some of these classes, and it's a relief, and it's an outlet for her, okay? Going on, and the last thing here, and people have brought up some of this, is what suggestions do you have for the board, okay? And, you know, we talk about this. The state of Ohio, Governor Kasich always talks about his rainy day fund. Do we have a plan? You know, and everyone, again, it's politics, so do we have a plan for a rainy day fund so this doesn't happen to Boardman again, so that my kids aren't sitting here having the same discussion that I'm having with you. The other question is somebody said, what kind of lottery dollars do we get? And you know, again, great presentation tonight, but I think we need to address the $17 a month. You know, let's talk about lottery dollars. The other thing is we said open enrollment. What's open enrollment going to do to us? It brings money. It brings a lot of money here, but what's it going to do to Boardman? We're talking about state funding here. Again, what suggestion do we have? Are we planning for, more cuts in state funding? Does anybody see state funding going up, or do we see state funding going down? And if it's going down, again, we need to have a rainy day plan. We need to, we can't have that flash again. The last couple things here, and these are just notes, they're bullet points, is vote. If you could, Mr. Saxon, at the end of this, do you have a demographic of where our voters are right now? I mean, it seems like the majority of people that enter this room are here because their kids go to Boardman schools and they understand the importance of Boardman schools. But what about that retired couple who's on a fixed income and they're not dropping that $20 as easy as I do right now? I mean, what percentage of voters do we really need to get out in effect if we want this thing to swing? And I'm sure you know that number. If you could share that with us, it would be great. And a contingency plan for November. That was a question that somebody had. What suggestions do you have for the board? Guys, basically that's it, but there were a lot of great points that were brought up, and I just wanted to focus on some, because you know what? I got 3 kids out of Boardman High School, and they're all doing well, college, onward, and I can't say enough of it. And like you said, a Cardinal Mooney graduate sitting here preaching for Boardman, that's pretty rare.
Because they're students, we're going to do that. Easy.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know everybody kind of wants to go home, but I'm Anna Deely. I'm a junior at Boardman. And, we were talking over here, and we were all really shocked about all the cuts that were being made. We had no idea the important things that were going to be cut, and we're actually all really upset about it. And I understand, we don't pay taxes, and it's our parents that do, but it is also our education that will be affected.